Welcome back to Are You Afraid of the Dark? Episode The Tale of the Laughing in the Dark. I think it's funny. Hi.
Welcome.
It's
I
been
know
several
it's been
weeks.
way too long, but
A lot has happened.
A lot has been happening.
A lot happened.
A lot. Like, holy wow. Holy wow.
You know, we were busy, and then the world decided to just
go for it.
awake.
Yeah.
It awoke. It awoke. It woke. It woke. It just woke the world up.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything else.
Everyone's going for it right now, and it's great.
Good.
Not
I'm
everyone.
happy. Well, I'm happy the ones that are going for it, that are like, we want change. I'm all for that camp.
We want how it should be anyway.
I'm not for the, I like things the way that they are because the system benefits me.
I'm a selfish twat.
I'm not for them.
Yeah, no.
They're the problem. I'm for the ones that are like, just give me a fighting chance. I'm like, yes, you deserve it.
Don't murder me for no reason.
But who are we?
Who are we? Just a couple of white pieces of shit.
We just want to make the world a better place.
Making the world a better place.
That's all I want.
That's it.
So yeah, it's been kind of intense.
Yeah.
As you guys know, we live in New York City. But honestly, there have been amazing peaceful protests.
Yeah.
There's actually one currently, like literally around the
we
corner
just saw
from our house.
Saw a video of it. It's getting pretty crowded over there, but everything's going
chill.
smooth.
I mean, honestly, I think that's really, really fucking great.
Yeah, there was a protest that started last week, actually right in the parking lot of my job.
That's awesome.
And then they just marched down the street.
Aww.
And nothing happened. Everything was fine.
Sweeties.
Yeah, it was fine.
It's just always like, they never show that.
Yeah.
They always show like, this one thing.
This one thing that happened a week ago.
Yeah, like, every protest is like that. And it's like, no, it's not.
No, it's not.
There's not. Not every protest is like that.
We need like a media that actually shows everything.
Yeah, that shows everything.
Literally everything.
The good, the bad, and the boring. Just
Yeah.
everything.
Everything.
Not just the horrifying, let's scare a bunch of white people. Thinking that...
Because they don't know how to form their own thoughts, so...
I don't know. Clutching their pearls from their fucking suburban homes.
They're gonna take my pearls.
Fuck you. We are definitely big for Black Lives Matter. Yeah. It's actually been pretty decent on YouTube. I've only had like a handful of like cunt faces, but
yeah, like it was during the live stream we did.
Yeah.
It's just funny. The people that are like, don't get political. Come on.
I know.
It's like, no, it's the time.
It's funny because I never got political ever on my channel.
We always avoided it because it's a downer, but it's
and I'm also a firm believer of everybody has their own right to opinion on like their political party.
Yeah, you're allowed to be wrong. It's fine.
Exactly, and I'm not here to fucking argue with you, like whatever. But I think right now this is the time where people, if you have some sort of a platform, you have some sort of influence in whatever medium you're in. You need to use your fucking voice for the right reason.
Use your clout.
And for us, it's a small little dinky YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And
I'm salty on Twitter.
You're salty on Twitter. I think that's the coolest thing about this particular month of June is that, a portion of the proceeds are going to be going to...
Yeah. Good chunk.
I think the NAACP, I think that's where I'm aiming for. I haven't really decided which. I actually don't want to just blow my load on one charity.
You want to split it up?
I want to split it up, and I also want to do Pride Month as well.
Yeah, do some for Pride.
So yeah, it's just a big call out here. If you are not into that and you don't want to hear it,
feel free to fuck off and go fuck yourself.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah,
that's all I gotta say. Other than that, eat a bag of dicks. I don't fucking care what you have to say or trying to challenge me or trying to make me go on your level and try to understand your stupid fucking logic.
Yeah.
I don't got time for that.
Get out of here.
And there's no sense in arguing with somebody that is obviously just so set in their ways. Half the time I'm just like, mute, I don't care.
Yeah.
Whatever.
You can say whatever the fuck you want. You're going to be hidden forever.
Exactly. I think it's different if people were not shitty about it, but when they come in hot, you're like, all right, bitch. Like, go fuck yourself. I don't have time for this shit, so.
And, like, no one debates, and it's like, you know what? That person's right. I'm going to be racist now. It's like, no, you're like that forever.
That's what I don't understand. It's just like, it's not...
Like, let me give you the facts on pro-racism. Like, no, stupid. They were instilled by your parents or your shitty religion.
I
Fucking
know.
stop it. Open your eyes.
We were very fortunate enough to grow up in New York.
Yeah.
And speaking for myself, I grew up in New York City. I grew up in Queens. I grew up having a lot of friends of all different backgrounds and ethnicities and whatever. I was always raised to, that's like your brother and sister. You're not better than them. They're not better than you. We all bleed the same blood. And I'm appreciative of that growing up, because I just see these guys as just, or these girls or whatever, however they want to identify, as like me. We're all the same. But not everybody is fortunate enough to have that background. And it's like,
that's just,
they just see it as like, oh my God, all lives matter. It's like, yes, in theory, yes. But
it's like,
these specific ones really matter. Stop making it about you.
Yeah, stop making it about you.
It's not about you, friend.
It's not.
It's about them, and they need help.
You don't go outside and get beat up by someone.
Yeah. I think I realized for myself how bad. We have a good friend who is a Black woman. I used to work with her, and I'll never forget the one time she was going home. She lived in the Bronx, and she said, "Hey, do you mind walking with me outside and hailing a cab for me?" And I was like, "What do you mean you can't hail your own fucking cab?" She's like, "No, they won't stop for me." I thought she was joking.
Yeah.
We went outside. No cab stopped. As soon as I got into the street, they stopped for
That's
me.
Fucking
put
madness.
her in the cab. And I remember the cab driver being like, ugh. But once you're in the cab, you can't.
Yeah,
they
you
have
can't-
to take you.
yeah.
Or you can call, I think,
Yeah,
like 911
you can
or
fucking report
311
them.
or whatever.
Yeah,
But
that's
I was
crazy.
like, fuck.
Well,
that,
also, remember the time we visited her?
Yeah, when she moved to
When she lived in-
Massachusetts,
yeah.
which was, that was a crazy
That
time
was
for her.
that was a trip for her. And us. We saw her like 4 times.
Yeah.
The most we saw her was when she was
When she
fucking
lived in Massachusetts.
5 hours away.
Well, yeah, because I mean, I literally fucking worked with her every day in the city, so
Yeah.
like, we would just hang out at work. But just going into a supermarket and then having people in the supermarket in that town talk to me and not even acknowledge that she was present,
That's
that
crazy.
was just so gross.
Disgusting.
She was a very put together woman. It's
Yeah.
not like she was like hoveling out in rags and like she
Yeah.
just rolled out of a bush somewhere. She didn't look insane. She was a normal woman.
Yeah.
She's a normal looking woman going to buy groceries.
Yeah.
At a fucking, what the fuck was it called? What was the store called?
I don't remember.
Like Market Basket, Market whatever the fuck. No,
Some-
Market Pantry is a Target.
Market Pantry is a Target brand.
But
okay.
I mean, it was
And
upsetting.
everyone was just like glaring at her.
I remember
and
in
we
the
were just
parking
like,
lot.
what?
I
We were
know.
just yelling, like, what the fuck are you looking
I
at?
remember the old man in the parking lot, like literally in disgust of her, and I just remember just turning around and being like, "What the fuck are you looking?"
We started yelling at them.
I know, and Dwana was like, "Shh."
She's like, stop, it's not helping
She
me.
was just like, "Listen, I live here." And I was just like, "No, it's fucked up." I don't know. So like, this bothers me. This whole issue bothers me because we have a lot of good friends that are, people of color, and it's not fair. So whatever
Yeah.
we can do to help,
Bullshit.
that's our TED Talk.
Welcome to our TED Talk. Thank you. So that's what we support. It's not just going to be for the next month or week or 2 days.
No.
It's going to be us
Until
forever.
until there is some sort of substantial amount of change that shows everybody is equal.
Yeah.
Sorry if you're not into that.
I'm not sorry. You can go fuck off.
Absolutely.
So how's everyone else doing?
Hey. Hey.
Hello.
So this is funny because we're talking about Are You Afraid of the Dark? Which is a children's show. Which I gotta say, big props to fucking Nickelodeon, who
Yeah, they did the
8 minutes and 40
8 minutes
and
and 47 seconds
yeah.
of just silence and breathing.
yeah.
Black screen, and all the Karens were like, this is for kids. It's like, yeah, stupid. This is when you tell your kids, don't be a piece of shit.
Exactly. How can I have this difficult conversation with them? Okay, I can't. I just want to drink my wine.
Yeah.
All right.
Just
The iPad's raising my child.
Nickelodeon
Fuck.
challenged their parents to raise their shitty kids right,
Oh
or
my
have a
God.
conversation that's difficult, but it shouldn't be
Fuck
difficult.
Nickelodeon, right?
Ugh. Fucking
Trying to
Legos.
better your child.
Legos coming in with $4 fucking million.
That's crazy. Good
Mm.
fucking Legos. Makes me want to buy some Legos.
Yeah,
But
it's like, let's go buy some fucking Star Wars shit.
Do we have a cool $800 laying around? Oh my god.
And I'd
It's
be
like,
like,
how much is this? Any whoosies.
Yeah.
So we're going to be talking about Are You Afraid of the Dark, which is really funny. So
Yeah.
this is a children's show.
what an intro.
I think this show came out in 1991.
Yeah, it's something like that. Yeah, 1990 to 2000.
Wow. Oh my god. I was fucking 5 years old.
Yeah, the episode we watched, The Tale of Laughing in the Dark, was 1992. It aired in August.
So it actually aired then 1992. Okay, for the longest time, you weren't able to get Are You Afraid of the Dark at all,
Anywhere.
like as a compilation set. So we would illegally download back in the days when torrents were a thing, and you were able to like rip actual shows and whatever, which was a great time. And then it went away, you know, because apparently, you know, you got to pay actors and stuff. Like,
you got to pay those people.
You know, for their millions of dollars. And you could never find this. You could find it, I think, in Canada. But they were special DVDs that did not play
different
in
region,
US. Yeah, they were region-based. So we never owned it. So Alex surprised me the other day.
Well, I was surprised when I saw it.
And he purchased, it's volumes 1 through 10.
Yeah.
There are, I think, like 60-something episodes on the Xbox. And you can't, how much did you pay for this?
It was 20.
That fucking 20. Yeah. That's a steal for some like childhood.
Exactly. For some fucking
nostalgia.
Nostalgia boners right there.
Holy shit. I love that. Okay. Honestly, the best $20 I think we've spent in a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm on board. We're going to do these kind of like little mini episodes.
Yeah.
You know,
because it's like we've been so busy lately.
It's really hard
like,
to record.
It's hard to watch an hour and a half, 2-hour movie and then record another hour and a half.
Yeah.
So
we need to take time off to do it.
Yeah,
we just haven't been able to do that because my work schedule, his work schedule. It's
been crazy. She's doing like some 12-hour days. Like I'll get home from working 10 hours and then she works another freaking 4 hours on top of that.
And the last thing I want to do is just talk about Final Destination,
which will probably be our next movie.
I just want to yell about
Long Island Moms. Let's keep that on the back burner. Let's save those. So we figured we'd do these little bite-sized ones with the episodes of the show are 25 minutes. If
Super simple.
It's stupid as hell. Cheese, love it. And then we could just do a little quick bite.
If you aren't familiar with Are You Afraid of the Dark,
which it's
I know. I guess it just depends on how old you are and all that stuff like that.
It's if you watched like Nickelodeon back then.
Yeah, like I'll be 35 this year, so this was like prime time for me, like 6-7 years old watching this. It's about a group of ragtag teenagers
that meet in the forest.
They meet in the forest at midnight, and they just tell scary stories. So it's like supposed to be like more of like the art of storytelling. And some of the stories are great,
are amazing.
Some of them are fucking rough that you could tell like, oh, they just obviously had an idea and they just like expanded upon
like, oh, they let the intern write this one.
Yeah. You could easily tell that. There are also a lot of actors and actresses that like had surprising starts. I think Nev Campbell, Ryan
Gosling, Godfrey.
Gilbert Godfrey.
Yeah, that uprising star.
Oh God, gotta love that. It was right around Aladdin. Iago right around that. This show was filmed in Canada, so you have a lot of Canadian
all these
children,
Canadian kids,
and they it's pretty fun. Honestly, it's pretty fun. So the first episode, now these are in really no particular order because when we were actually thumbing through the seasons, we were like,
it's a weird order.
Yeah, like weird.
Yeah, you could probably find them on YouTube.
Yeah.
So just watch it so you know what the fuck we're talking about because it's so ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
And stupid.
It's so stupid.
But yeah, it's like the weird order of the volumes. I guess how they released them.
Yeah, but this is definitely. I want to say this was like the first episode.
No, there was actually one before it.
Oh shit!
What was
on
that IMDb.
One? So this was actually number 2 then.
The very first one was in 1990. It was The Tale of the Phantom Cab.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder why it was such a.
That actually aired a week before this one.
Oh.
But it was shot in 90s, so I guess that was the pilot.
Got it. And then it just didn't get picked up until 1982. Got it. Okay. All right. So the first one we're going to be talking about is The Tale of the Laughing in the Dark, which is technically episode 1 in this thing, but it's really episode 2.
Yeah.
So we're not going to be, whatever. I'm not going to get into fucking semantics.
It'll be
whatever. It is what it is.
Fucking deal with it.
Let's stop being Andy Rooney about it. Oh, God. Where do we even begin?
Oh my God. It's literally a carnival. But my favorite thing about this episode is this kid with no eyebrows goes back to the carnival like 3 times.
Yeah.
Like, is there tickets to get in? Is it like a tickets, please? Is there tickets to get into the carnival? Because he walks back in at night when like no one's there.
I know, which is really crazy.
Like, what?
I don't understand. So it centers around 3 kids, 2 teenage boys. Well, not, I guess like preteen boys.
Preteen, yeah.
And then the one boy's little sister.
Yeah.
Who's just kind of like the little kid hanging around.
The extra character hanging around the older brother. Yeah.
I don't know why.
Yeah,
I don't know why they do that, but whatever. It is what it is. And it's this kid with no eyebrows.
No eyebrows.
Ginger, no eyebrows. Kind of terrifying to look at a little bit. He has a big forehead, and it looks like he's wearing a wig. Picking on children.
Yeah, this is all this series is gonna be. Like we're like,
Me.
yeah, equality. And we're
Equality.
like,
By the way, this little fucking ginger
this
fuck.
idiot child. No, his forehead looked bigger because his eyebrows were super light. It looks like he doesn't have any.
Okay, because I was like, that's definitely like a palm forehead situation.
Oh, it's a 5-finger forehead.
Yeah.
Full hand.
I could put 2 hands on that kid's head.
Just continue making fun of children.
I'm sorry. Not really.
No,
I'm never sorry.
So it's literally these 3 kids at a carnival.
Yeah.
Like they just got off a ride, which they obviously didn't because there's no budget.
Yeah. Yeah, they're just, it's weird because they're just kind of like in between.
They only show one part of the carnival.
Which makes me wonder if there really was ever a carnival.
There might have been, because that one mom you pointed out.
Oh, she was disgusted.
She looked concerned.
So these 3 kids, I guess they're getting off a ride, and the kid with no eyebrows yells at the other kid who has darker hair and was like, "You're about to like throw up on that ride. You're gonna hurt." And of course, the little girl who happens to be the sister of the kid with the darker hair was like, "Yeah," like it was just silly.
Which is literally the theme of the whole episode is you were scared.
It's basically what it is. You were scared and you don't want to admit it.
Yeah.
You find out the kid with the dark hair is named Ouija.
Ouija, yeah.
Which I was like, who the fuck names their kid Ouija? Which I was trying to think for the longest time. Is that their last name? Or is that his first name?
But they never...
Like he's like the famous artist Ouija?
They never say the girl's name. They never say the sister's name.
Kathy.
They do say...
They
really?
say... Yeah, because I was like, that's really funny. It sounds like a premenopausal woman that works in an office.
The Kathy comic?
Who obviously loves lean cuisines.
You don't love lean cuisines. You eat them because...
Kathy loves lean cuisines and has 7 cats, okay?
Kathy?
Kathy.
I'll see myself out.
She was named Kathy.
Mm-hmm.
Ouija. And then I don't remember...
Forehead?
I don't remember Forehead's name.
Ugh. We're going to call him Forehead.
Josh. I think his name was Josh.
Was it Josh?
I think so. I feel like all dicks are named Josh. Sorry if you're...
Yeah, Josh.
Yeah. See? Told you. All dickheads are named Josh.
Take that. Josh is out there.
Josh Gad? No, okay.
Wow. You're going for him for no reason.
All right, anyway. They're all just kind of like standing around and talking about how this one ride scared this poor kid named Ouija or whatever the fuck his name is. And in the background, you just see like this concerned mom.
Yeah. Well,
like almost as if like she didn't even know people were recording. She's like, what is going on
and
here?
They're like, excuse me, ma'am, can you sign this? So we don't have to blur your fucking face or reshoot this.
Very strange. But then they happen to walk past this like haunted house, which they kept calling it a spook house, and I was like,
I know. Like, guys.
Well, how they kept saying it, I was just like, just say haunted house, man.
Or like
just
scary
say
house.
Say
anything else, please. Thank you.
House. Oh, fuck me. All right, the 90s are a wild time.
Wild indeed.
So they're in front of this haunted house. It has like this giant clown on the outside. And now Ouija and his sister are kind of making fun of the kid Josh, no eyebrows, saying like, you're scared to go in there. Yeah. Ew. Out of nowhere, this man.
This terrifying man.
Terrifying man. And almost, it kind of looks like, I guess every carnival owner looks like that.
He looks like the spinning thing outside of a barbershop.
Yes, he looks like that. And he's what I imagine all carnival shows back in the 40s.
Yeah.
Would like the
step
owners
right up.
Would look like that. Yeah. And there's no one else around, but he just like pops up on the kids and is like, hey kids.
He's like, hey kids, this is my carnival.
And I want to be like, where's your proof, sir?
Like, sir,
where's your proof?
You don't even work here, do you?
The whole time, me and Alex are horrible pieces of shit. We just kept being like, what if he actually was a pedophile the whole time? Like, obviously.
Turns out he doesn't work there. He just walked on property because you could just walk on now.
Like, what if that was actually going on back then?
Maybe he just sleeps in the haunted house. He lives there now.
I feel like anytime you see like carnival folk, you know, like you have an idea of what they look like. This guy just did not look like carnival folk.
No, he didn't look like a carny.
No, he did not. No.
Absolutely not.
His teeth
He looked bit. Like, well, they were like brown.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like he's been spitting tobacco for like 50
since
years.
He was a fetus.
Like,
oh, your teeth are growing? Get some tobacco in there. Dang.
I love when they show like old people that are supposed to be creepy and they always like color their teeth in such a way that you're just like, what the fuck? Like, are you permanently just eating caramel constantly?
He's just all he eats is taffy.
Why are
Breakfast,
you
lunch, dinner,
tapping?
afternoon
What the fuck is
tea.
wrong with you? So he basically says, hey, it's my carnival. You want to come in? We got this crazy old haunted house here. I'm not going to keep repeating what they keep calling it because it was really borderline offensive.
We're just going to keep on going.
He's like, you can go to this haunted house and beware of Zebo. And you find out that Zebo is a clown that apparently haunts this attraction. No eyebrows. It's like, I'm
Like,
fucking tough.
I'm not scared. You're scared.
I'll go in there.
He's like, I'm going to go in there and I'm going to be not scared.
Yeah. But it's funny because they actually wind up not going because they were kind of a little bit too scared because the old pedophile guy was like, and they didn't want to go inside. So then the next day, they're in the kid No Eyebrows house, which by the way, no, they weren't. They were in Ouija's house because his bedroom was painted to look like a hockey rink.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck? Like, I didn't have like a childhood like that where like my mom
literally looked like and it had little like net on the side.
Yeah. I was like, wow, that's what it's like to have parents that love you.
Is that
That's what it's like to grow up in a loving household.
I'm pretty sure. Wow, that I can't even respond. There's so much to dissect from what you just said.
Tell me I'm wrong though.
No, I think it's just, suburbs. Because it looked like a fucking hockey ring in there.
I know, but I was just like, wow, like, that's crazy. Like, that's crazy looking to me.
But my favorite thing is this scene. They have a bunch of these papers.
Oh, yeah.
Did they print it out from, like, MSN?
I feel
Did they ask Jeeves?
No, I think what they did is they probably went to the library.
And then
because
printed
that's
out the
what
old
we used
newspapers?
to do back in the day.
Like, they didn't just Google it or Bing
Google, Bing,
Yeah.
Ask Jeeves. That didn't exist back then.
I know.
They had to go physically to the library, but of course they cut that out because, budgetary reasons probably.
Oh, yeah. They couldn't show another, like, a whole library scene of them looking on a computer or asking the creepy librarian, like, hey, tell me about Zebo.
So then they found out that apparently in the 20s, this carnival, I guess, keeps coming back to this one area. And this clown named Zebo stole a bunch of money.
He stole, and my favorite part is the entire budget for the carnival, $4,000.
Oh, I love the girl with like,
wow,
$4,000. And I was like, oh man, this is so 90s right now.
I wonder why all the rides are death machines. $4,000 budget for maintenance and...
But I love how they kept saying clown payroll. And I was like, was there like a different thing? Like popcorn vendor had a different payroll?
Absolutely. You got food payroll, food and bev payroll. You got clown payroll.
Clown payroll. I was confused.
The one cranky old guy that cleans all the...
I'm sorry. I just immediately thought of really disgusting things that he was cleaning up.
What was he cleaning up?
Just,
I was going to say vom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You're a much better person than I am.
What were you going to fucking say?
Just cleaning up loads.
Clown cum?
Yep, loads and sawdust.
Oh, fucking Jesus.
Listen, that's why you come to this podcast, okay? You listen for the drop.
So we can talk about a children's show and make fun of some kid's fucking forehead, no eyebrows, and then clown cum.
Yeah.
Okay.
Clown cum and sawdust.
So they established that he stole a bunch of money, went into this haunted house.
Yes.
And it burnt down because of his cigars.
His love.
He always smoked cigars, apparently. Ooh. So apparently it burned down and he died in there.
Yeah, it was
So now they rebuilt it, and because it's haunted by it, air quotes, they have a Zebo clown at the end of the haunted house.
Which I thought was really funny is that I think it was like a couple years after the death happened, they decided to build a haunted house on top of that same location and then put a Zebo
and then include a clown of the clown that died.
You would think that they would want to erase that, like they would try to bury that.
Especially if you can look it up in the library.
No, they capitalized on it. They were like, you know what, fuck it. This guy tried to steal from our clown payroll.
He stole...
We're gonna put a fucking
How are they gonna afford clown college if they steal all the payroll?
We're gonna put a clown in
space.
Goddamn area, and that's what we're gonna do.
It's gonna scare all the kids.
I'm confused that if it was a traveling carnival or if it was a carnival that was always there.
Well, I don't know, because they only showed 2 parts of the carnival. Is the first frame And the second frame, that was the haunted house.
It was very fucking strange. So anyway, now they're like, looking at all these computer printouts from the fucking library, and they're like, you know what? Forehead Kid was like, I'm not scared
Josh.
of Zebo. I'm gonna go in there.
We're gonna go back.
And we're gonna go back because I am not a bitch. Basically, that's what he
Essentially, yeah. That's the whole episode. It's like, I'm not scared. You're scared. I'm a boy.
And then he tried to tickle the Ouija's sister. And the sister ran down the stairs.
They ran outside. She grabbed a garbage can lid, and Josh ran right into it.
Yeah. She was just like, I'll bunk you again. Like, it was very sassy. I was like, what do you mean bunking? Like, wouldn't you hurt a child if you hit him with a fucking trash can?
He ran into it.
Yeah, I guess so.
He doesn't know how to stop running.
That fucking
Maybe
forehead.
it's that forehead. He gets too much speed. Aerodynamics of forehead.
He had the wind sails up just right. Anyway.
He had the sails up with? Anyway.
So,
cut back to the carnival.
Now they're at the carnival again.
You
are very right, because it's like, are they getting money from their parents?
Yeah, to go buy the parents that they never show because they didn't want to give other bit parts to people.
So here's the thing. Growing up, we didn't have carnivals. They were called bazaars.
Okay.
And it was always surrounded by like a church. Growing up in Queens, it was like St. Stan's bazaar.
How bizarre.
How bizarre?
How bizarre.
How bizarre.
How bizarre.
And basically, it was just a bunch of like, carnival death rides, and then it would be like a couple of booths of like
carnival death rides.
Like they were literally all metal.
They're just
and, like,
murder machines.
Yeah, the one where you stand on the side and it just spins around before you throw up, and then the thing that like flips around upside down, but like you're literally hanging on by like a fucking.
Did you have
the
pirate ship?
Yeah, I love that one. I love the pirate ship.
You felt like you were gonna die.
Yes, I love that. Was my favorite one.
Yeah, we didn't have bazaars. We had a fireman's fair.
Oh.
So it was like it would be next to where the fire department is, and for us it was like right across the street from like the library, and it was that whole like area. They closed off the street, and they just like they'd have the rides of death machines, and then they'd also have the like a bunch of booths for food and shitty carnival games where it's like, oh, we get goldfish and they die in 2 days. Woo!
Yeah, they had goldfish. They had the most popular one is taking a bunch of darts and throwing it at balloons.
Okay.
And then you would win a little glass picture of a Tweety bird. I swear to God. Or Tasmanian devil. We had goldfish. I've never seen anybody win a goldfish. I don't even think those goldfish were real.
No.
The ones in Queens. Anyway.
Okay. Well, the ones we had, I remember one year we like all got goldfish. Because like you literally just had to throw a ping pong ball, and it was like fucking a ton of them. Yeah. And you get the ball in, and you just here's the fucking fish, bro.
Here's a fish in a bag.
Yeah. And because we had a fish tank, because we were a white family, so we would put the goldfish in. We put the fish in the tank, and like every day another fish would just drop dead. And it was like, what's happening? I remember you get those free fish to die and flush them down the toilet.
I just love that you were like, because we were a white family, we had a tank.
We had a big fish tank.
Because when you have a white family, you just get a fucking fish tank.
Yeah, when you move in. Like, here you go.
We had a tank growing up, but we had turtles.
We didn't have turtles, yeah. We just had fishes.
Okay, no, we had turtles, and then I can't get into it, but the turtles did not make it. That's another story for another day. Okay. That was it was very traumatic. But anyway.
Great.
But no, in my carnival, and then we had, of course, like the Zeppeli truck.
Yeah,
and the sausage and peppers.
We had like the food areas.
But the point of my whole rambling here is that you'd have to buy tickets first and then go into it.
Yes.
And then each thing costs tickets, right?
Yeah.
So it's either this town is so rich that they don't fucking even give them like admission.
You saw the kids' bedroom.
I know. I mean, a fucking hockey rink?
Yeah.
Like, come on. Seriously. So either they had a lot of money and they didn't give a shit, or they never really expanded.
No, the parents were like, "Here's money. Go back to the stupid carnival."
Honestly, probably because
Because I remember I think it was either money to get in, and then you had to buy tickets for like rides or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah,
I honestly don't remember. It was so fucking long ago.
Gotta love a good carnival. Anyway, so the kids are back in the carnival. They're outside, and Ouija's like, "Yeah, go ahead, come on, forehead kid."
And Josh is like, "You know what? I'm not just gonna go in there. I'm gonna go grab his nose, and you're gonna wear it to school for a week."
He's like,
"Meh." Yeah.
And so
he walks up to the door.
Yeah.
And immediately, creepy toaster strudel guy is fucking just waiting for him. Toaster strudel, yeah.
Honestly, yes. It was like a combination of toaster strudel, yeah, and then also the mayor from Jaws.
What?
We're gonna have those beaches open. Like, that's all I pictured that he would just keep saying over and over again.
Zebo's gonna hang you up from your Buster Browns.
It's 4th of July. Like, that's literally all I had in my head. This is what's crazy to me, okay? This kid goes into this haunted house. By himself, right? And, you see a couple animatronics.
Flashing lights, noises.
Nothing crazy.
He spends the most time on the fucking fun mirrors, though.
Oh, yeah. He was like,
he's like, Zebo.
Whoa, I'm fat and skinny.
Oh, my God. What's it like? Zebo.
And he says something about like, ooh, I'm Zebo. I'm so zany. I don't know. He says something really weird and stupid.
And he just laughs to himself.
Right, because, he's so hilarious.
It's just the pinnacle of comedy.
And he walks over to another mirror, and then you see a clown in that mirror. And he literally repeats verbatim back what he said.
Yep.
And he's like, well, I don't understand. Old man, is that you? Like,
creepy man.
He's like calling to people out in the dark or whatever. And the clown disappears. And he's like, whatever. Like, you're just trying to scare me, old man. There's no Zebo. And he walks to a point where there's a fucking dragon that breathes fire. Which, by the way, this fucking haunted house can't be made up more of like what?
3 rooms?
Fucking 3 rooms. And
it was the Frankenstein?
Cheap plywood is holding this. It's cheap plywood, a bucket of clown cum, and some spit that's holding this fucking...
They ran out of spackle, so they used clown cum?
Yes!
Oh, disgusting.
Clown cum that's holding this fucking place together, and you're gonna have an animatronic fucking dragon that's spitting out fire.
And it's not like it's breathing it to the, like, off to the side. It's literally the path you have to go.
You have to walk. You have to wait for it to stop.
Forward and spits a little fire on you.
Like, are you fucking kidding me?
Dumb children go in here. And look how huge their shirts are. They're very flammable.
By the way, why does 90s fashion all look like fucking stowaways from the Titanic? They all had like really, really big baggy clothes and pleated fucking shorts. And I was like, I don't remember the 90s being like that. Yeah. And maybe I just blocked it out of my mind.
There's a possibility.
Holy fuck, though.
I don't know.
Fuck. That was crazy.
Yeah.
It's like, why are you buying literally XXX shirts for a boy that's a size small? What the fuck?
A boy's extra small.
Yeah, seriously, I don't get it. Anyway, so the dragon comes out, breathes fire, stops, then he's like, whatever, walks past the dragon, and then it's like this black wall that has a bunch of different arrows going all different ways. He's like, I don't know where I'm going. And then he puts his back on the wall, and then it spins and it brings him into
the final room.
The fun room where there's, I think, about 7
like 8
doors.
or so shit.
Yes.
Doors. Fake doors.
So you hear the creepy old,
Toaster strudel guy
saying like, just pick the right door and there you'll get to leave. I forgot what the fuck he said. He was just like, you picked the wrong door and that's where he'll be.
Yeah.
Like,
actually, no, I think I have it right here.
Please tell me the quote.
I do.
Guys, I hope you enjoy this because we are going to deep dive in a lot of episodes.
I know. Pick the right door and you'll be free. Pick the wrong door and there he'll be. So bad. I love it.
I remember looking at you, just rolling my eyes, and being like, fucking asshole. Fuck this guy.
What an idiot.
He wound up picking, I think, I don't know, some weird door that makes obviously no sense.
Yeah, he picked obviously the most wrong door that couldn't be an exit or Zebo.
Nothing.
And then he's like, haha. And then he finds the exit on the second guess.
Yeah.
And then he turns to the actual one door.
Number 6.
That's big enough. Big enough to fit actual human or a robot. Yeah. And then there's Zebo, and he yells. He goes, ah! And it cuts really quick. Him yelling.
Yes.
Which I thought was funny.
I think that's because it was probably in line with the commercials.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Because it was like and then it was like dark, and then it came back like a second later.
Creepy crawlers. And then
I love my easy bake oven. I'm a girl. That's all I can do.
I bake. I'm a girl. We make creepy crawlers. We're boys.
Boys are allowed to be fucking mad scientists. Girls, stay your ass in the fucking kitchen where you belong.
Bake me a cupcake with a fucking stupid light.
Bitch. With a 40-watt light bulb, bitch.
Bitch.
Oh my God,
so aggressive.
Guys, I'm sorry in advance. All right, anyway.
Oh, shit. Zebo pops out, and he's like, ah! And he's like, huh, it's just, it's just a robot. And he grabs the nose off. And then he leaves. He's like, ha, Zebo, I got you now. And the nose is huge in this scene.
It's very big. It's like a softball.
It definitely changes size throughout the episode.
There's no way that fucking kid could ever have it on his fucking face. Like, there's no fucking way.
No, absolutely not. So then he leaves.
Yeah. He goes outside and he says, like, hey, Ouija, guess you're going to be wearing this for a week when you go to school. Like, he was just being really shitty about it. And he's like, all right, fine. Now, it kind of cuts at this point because what we failed to mention is that usually in these episodes, it kind of starts out with the kids from the campfire. And that's where they talk a little bit about, like, this is the tale of blah, 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 and they throw
the powder on the fire.
Powdered sugar or whatever the fuck they have, and they throw it on the fire, and then it goes like it does that. This episode actually didn't open up with that at all.
No.
It actually started in the carnival, and then it stopped.
And then it cuts, and they're like...
Yeah, and then you see a bunch of kids around the campfire, and I think the girl that's telling the story was a Spanish girl, and she was... I guess they were like singling out the white girl.
Because the white girl was scared of clowns. Because she was like, absolutely not. Clowns? I'm out of here.
I'm out of here. And they were like, well, you're a baby, huh?
Oh, scaredy cat.
So then she eventually sat down and was like, I could take this story because I'm going to show you that I'm not scared. Like, that's basically
Girls can be not scared of clowns.
So that's kind of what they cut to at that moment. They talked a little bit about, like, just, I guess, checking in with the
kids, see if they were all right.
And everybody else was really in tune with the story, the ones that were sitting in the campfire. And you could tell easily that this little whatever white girl was just, like, terrified.
Yeah.
Just terrified of the whole story. So then it cuts back to the next day, and now you're back into the story, and Josh is pretty much ragging on Ouija, just being a little ass fuck.
Well, Ouija also has the nose on his face.
Yeah, and he's just like, can't wait for you to go to school and wear it every day. Bitch.
I'm the best.
So they eventually get into a fight. Ouija rips the nose off, throws it into the bushes, and then him and his sister go inside their house. Yeah,
and she slams the door fucking loud.
Yeah, like, fuck you, Josh, you're not allowed up in this bitch.
If the parents are home, they'd be like, don't slam the door, Stacey!
Stop touching the thermostat! So now Josh is trying to find a little red nose, which it actually shrunk in size.
Yeah,
it was really
smaller.
big, and then it was really tiny. And he's trying to find it, and then he starts smelling this cigar smell.
Cigars.
So like, what's going on there? He finds the little nose, and he decides to go home. And then you see in the back of Ouija's house a plume of cigar smoke.
Huge, like someone's just ripping some fat vapes. Just like...
Now it cuts to this kid, which, by the way, it was the afternoon. And then it became like the nighttime.
Instantly dark. So maybe it was like the winter.
Maybe. I don't know where the fuck this kid went. That it was like, now it's nighttime. But he's home now, Josh, the little fuckface. And he reads a note from his mom saying that her and the father were at some theater show or something like that. So she left him some spaghetti frozen in the freezer.
Mm-hmm. And then a bowl of pudding in the fridge.
Yes. And
why would you not put the pasta in the fucking fridge? Why? Like, why would you freeze it?
I don't even know. He goes to the freezer. He takes out the spaghetti that obviously was not frozen. It looked like it was fresh.
It looked fine. Like, she just put it in the freezer.
Yeah.
Like, I'll put it in the freezer for him.
He takes it, puts it in the microwave, nukes it for like 4 minutes. He goes
4 minutes? It's in there for like 9.5. It's like the rest of the episode. It's in the microwave.
He takes out this giant, comically giant.
She made like 4 boxes of pudding.
Oh yeah, T-fine pudding? Oh, for
she
sure.
didn't plastic wrap it. So it has that like skin flap film all over it.
God, that butthole flap.
That you can. Oh, it's definitely butthole flaps. That you have to cut through to get to the pudding, and then he immediately just jams his fucking dirty fingers in there.
Oh, I know. It was honestly, it was probably the most sexually aggressive thing I've seen in this episode. And there was a legit pedophile running a car. But I was just like, oh, I'm uncomfortable him dipping his fingers into that chocolate pudding like that. Like, that was just really gross. But he hears a sound. He drops the bowl of pudding.
Everywhere.
Fucking goes everywhere.
Fucking 40 pounds of fucking chocolate pudding all over the kitchen floor.
He was an only child, so I don't even understand why he got so much chocolate pudding. He was a little shit, too. He doesn't deserve it.
He's a little fuckface.
So he goes over. He notices that the closet door is open, so he goes into another hallway closet, grabs a bat, realizes when he opens the door that it was, like, nothing in there, whatever. Phone rings.
He jumps.
He's like, oh, God, fuck, I'm so jumpy tonight.
It's just the phone.
And it's Ouija. Ouija is the one that calls him and basically apologizes to him and says, like, hey, I was being a baby today. But yeah, like, a bet's a bet. I'll wear the nose.
He was like, yeah, I'm sorry about that. And Josh is like, hey, yeah, no, I was being bad too. You just only have to wear it one day. And Ouija was like, I was hoping you'd forget about it, but okay. And then he's like, haha, take that. And he just, like, hangs up on him.
Yeah, he was just being a prick, basically.
He was like, acting like a normal person, like a human, and then he's like, haha, fuck that, you bitch, and then he hangs up.
Then the phone rings again, and he immediately goes like, Ouija, you're only wearing it for one day. But then it's like this gravelly voice. It's like, give it back. And he's like, oh, Ouija? Immediately. And it's not Ouija. And again, it laughs and he just gets scared and he hangs up and he runs into the kitchen because now apparently spaghetti's like on fire pretty much. He opens the microwave and he's like, cigar smell. And he opens a little fucking Tupperware container, which by the way, it was in there for so long, he grabbed it with both hands.
Oh my God.
I could put something right now in the microwave for 10 seconds and it's boiling lava hot. Fuck you, kid. That does not happen.
He two hand just pulls out like, hey.
Yeah, literally.
Fine.
And he's like, oh my God. And then the whole pot is like cigars smoking. And he's like, drops it, notices that in the chocolate pudding that he failed to clean up.
Oh, I didn't even look at it after he dropped it.
There's a giant shoe print with a Z in it. So he's like, oh my God. He fucking runs upstairs and he immediately grabs his phone and
he has a phone in his room.
I know. I was like, this motherfucker, this must be what it's like to be rich.
Do you think his budget went into having his own phone instead of a hockey rink?
I think so. So then he calls Ouija and Ouija's like, what's going on, bro? Like, as if like they didn't talk 3 minutes ago. And he's just like, oh my God, like, did you just call me? Are you being Zebo? Like, okay, I admit it. I was scared, all right? I was really fucking scared. You don't have to wear the nose. Of course, Ouija's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah. You hear like a clicking sound. So immediately Josh is like, tell your sister Kathy to get off the phone. Ouija reminds him, we only have one phone because all the money in this house
went towards my room.
Hockey rink. We don't have two phones.
We don't have two lines.
So he realizes that it was his phone from downstairs.
And then Zebo starts.
And Zebo's like, oh, give me back my nose. Of course, Ouija's like, who the fuck's that? And he's like, ah!
And then it just hangs up.
Hangs up. So then he looks back and he notices like his door is unlocked. So he runs and he immediately locks the door. The door is starting to try to like, someone's obviously on the other side trying to open it. You see that there's footprints on the other side. And then a small purple balloon just comes up.
Just blows up.
And it just says, give it back to me. Just give it back.
Just give it back my nose.
It says, give it back. Just give it back to me. Give it back to me right now.
It says all that stuff on the balloon.
I just want my notes. Just give me back my notes.
That's a lot on one balloon.
Oh, for sure. Balloon pops. Kid, terrified, can't obviously go out the door. Nope. So he then decides to jump out of his bedroom window, land on a pool float.
And he's fine.
He's fine. He's just like, oh, I just saw.
He's like, oh, this is so soft.
Runs back to the carnival. Obviously, it's late. There's nobody there, but the carnival's kind of half open, kind of half not. He goes all the way into the haunted house. None of the animatronics are on, except that you do see smoke billowing out
from
of
the dragon. Which is like, that was pointless.
I know. It's like, is that where your budget went to? Dry ice? All right, cool.
Yeah, dry ice.
Goes into the giant room and he is confronted with Zebo. The door automatically opens and he puts down the little red nose.
He has a huge paper bag.
Oh, yeah.
For this little fucking nose.
Oh, yeah. Which I was like, where the fuck did he get this paper bag from? But all right, fine. He puts the nose down and he goes, hey, listen, I'm really sorry I did that, but for good measures, just so that we're cool, I also have a box of Cuban cigars.
A huge box. He's like, haha, I have cigars, right, Zeeb?
It was literally like 50 cigars in this one box. And he just put it down and then immediately like the door opened for him to leave and he just like fucking ran out of it and whatever. And
then Zebo pops out with his nose.
Yeah.
Fine.
And he was fine, the animatronic, and it kind of laughs, and then that's how the episode ends.
Yeah.
I remember Alex during the episode looks at me, he's like, where the fuck did this kid get cigars? And it reminded me of a time when my grandparents had a candy store, and growing up, when there were parents that used to smoke cigarettes, didn't want to go to the store, they would send their kids to go to the store. And my grandparents used to sell cigarettes to kids all the time because it would go to like, their mother or their father or whatever. And it was like such a level of trust.
It was a more trusting time.
It was a more trusting time back in the early 90s until she got slapped with a fine that she had to pay about either $500 or $1,000, and then it never happened again because I think she's accidentally sold to like an undercover cop or something like that, or undercover teenager or whatever the case was. I forget how it worked, but yeah, because I was just like, how the fuck did he get those cigars?
It was so many, too.
So many. Ugh. But I mean, honestly though, like he did fuck up, so I'm glad that he was able to give him a little bit of a present. And so that was the episode.
And that's it. That's the first one. So, it cuts back to the kids.
Oh, yeah. And the little white girl's just like, I survived. Like,
I'm not scared anymore.
I'm good.
I'm fine.
And then this other little derpy looking kid was just like, oh, really? And then he puts on a clown mask and then she screams and they just chase her around.
And they all run away.
And laughing.
And then the one guy puts the fire out.
Oh, the nerd? Oh,
yes.
Fucking Gary.
That's his name, Gary.
Gary the
fucking
nerd.
Gary.
Can't wait to. I think he has a thing where he either falls in love with the blonde girl, or there's like another girl he falls in love with.
I know that
there's like a weird side love story.
The kids do change out a few times.
Yes.
I know they keep it like diverse.
They do. Which I gotta say, honestly though, like for back then, there was like a good array of different ethnicities for the kids. They always had the one girl, what's her name, Kiki or whatever, the girl that was always like the tomboy.
Yeah.
And always like, I don't take no shit. Like she was always very aggressive.
Yeah, the child that always said, I don't take no shit on Nickelodeon.
Then you had a boy that I don't know if he was supposed to be Hispanic or Native American.
Yeah.
Frank. I think he was like another like tough guy.
Why do you remember all their names?
Girl, let me tell you, this show, I
don't remember any of their fucking names.
I love this show. This show was fucking great. This was a great show because it was hilariously bad.
Yeah, that's the best part about it.
But there's a couple of different things that they trade out, and then there's like this weird kid Tucker who I think is Gary's brother. Like they wanted to throw in like a little kid vibe, or I don't know. It gets weird, but we'll deep dive into that
because there are episodes that pretty much focus on the group.
Yes.
Later on.
Yes.
Which are fucking, oh my god, they're so bad.
They're bad.
But amazing.
Yeah, they're great.
Okay, so you said you want to rate every episode.
Yeah.
1 out of 5 campfires.
Honestly, that's adorable.
1 for not great.
Yeah.
5 for amazing.
I'm going to give this one a 1.
You're going to rate it 1 campfire? You're going to rate Zebo 1 campfire? Why?
You know, because in the terms of like of an actual story, it wasn't great. It wasn't great. It wasn't a good story.
Yeah.
And I didn't care about any of the characters.
Okay.
I didn't care about any of it. I think I was more into me making up this whole backstory of the pedophile Carnival owner.
Great. I think that's just issues you have to deal with. Don't put it on the kids.
No, you know what? I mean, no, I give it like a 1. I don't
Stick
think
with
it
the
was a great.
Okay.
I don't think it was a great story.
I'm gonna give it a 2.
Okay.
Because we all know clowns are creepy as fuck.
Yeah, but you know what though? The actual clown in this one wasn't scary looking.
No.
Which is funny. When he was talking back to the kid, that was actually scary.
Yeah.
That clown looked scary, but the actual animatronic clown did not look scary at all. It was
also,
just...
like, they never showed him again. Like, they didn't have a budget for an actual creepy clown. Except for the one they showed for 4 seconds.
Yeah, 4 seconds and that was it.
It's like, all right, Carl, I gotta go.
The episode would have gotten a 2 had it been at the end that clown was like,
showed up.
He like maybe opened the door while the kid was leaving, was like, bye, or something. Then I would have been like, all right, I'll give you a fucking 2 for that.
I think my biggest complaint about this episode is the ending.
Yeah.
I think it should have ended with like, he gets home and like, oh, mom's home, and then like it's Zebo.
That would have been good. I would have given it a 3.
That would have been the biggest like for me.
I would give it a 3.
So I think all stories, cheesy, campy horror stories, they should always have that twist at the end.
I am a big fan of Creepshow, right?
Yeah.
And I love when people are shitty and they try to be right.
What's coming to them.
And it gets right. They try to correct it, but to only get fucked. And that's the episodes that I love.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, that's real life.
Absolutely.
That's reality.
You're gonna
this happy ending shit, that does not happen. No,
it wasn't even like a happy ending. It just kind of ended.
Yeah, like he was just like,
because the kids were like, hey,
remember that crazy fucking summer with the pedophile fucking carnival?
Because you know that kid didn't learn a fucking lesson.
No, if anything, he's gonna forget about it through therapy. He's gonna push it deep down inside until he starts killing hookers.
He's like, I'm addicted to sex workers and then killing them.
God damn.
Yeah,
welcome back.
My biggest, right? That's my biggest complaint is the ending.
Yeah.
How it just kind of ended. Yeah. There was no like little, not even like a wrap up.
No, not like, what did you learn today?
I know, like the whole thing was about like pretending to be brave and all that bullshit. But there was no like repercussions for being shitty or lesson really learned. Like that's it. He stole his dad's cigars and gave him his nose back. I know. That's a big if. They don't explain it. Yeah. And then it just ends. That's it.
Right. I think it would have been much more interesting to find out how he got those fucking cigars, those 50 packs.
I think they definitely should have showed that scene. But, that's a whole other room they would have to show.
Just imagine this kid stopping into a deli and getting, like, fucking 20 Dutches. Like, oh, so these are for your mom?
Like,
yeah,
mister.
Okay. You want the blueberry one? Like, yeah. That's what I pictured. Oh, my God. Fucking can't wait.
So yeah, that's our first episode.
Yeah, I love it. I can't wait.
And it's the most fun in the park when you're laughing in the dark.
That's what fucking pedophiles say.
Also, do you want to see my van?
Fuck me. All right. Yeah, no. I can't wait for the next episode. It's called The Tale of the Lonely Ghost.
Yeah.
That's going to be
that should be a fucking treat.
Sorry, guys, for taking such a long time to put something out.
We've been busy, so doing these minis will be better.
Yeah, we can get them up faster.
Yeah, it'll be much better for our fucking schedules right now.
Yeah, I hope you enjoy them.
Hope everyone's staying safe.
Yes, continue to stay safe. Fucking keep fighting the good fight.
Yes.
And we love and support you all.
Yeah. Follow on Twitter @BoardPod.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next
time. Ooh. Zebo. Oh, fuck.
Fucking Zebo. What an idiot.